Hey there, and welcome to my first episode, Conversations with Kibby. The whole idea behind this thought process was to give fellow educators on their commute to or from their classroom something to smile at and enjoy on their way to their next adventure. I hope you get as much enjoyment out of this as I do. The first episode, I had a buddy of mine who was brave enough to jump in with both feet from back in Evansville, Indiana. I've known this cat for decades. He started off in California in the East Bay area as a sixth grade Spanish teacher and has since evolved into a freshman biology teacher still in the East Bay area in San Francisco. So I hope you enjoy this. And if you do, please hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll see where this goes. I would like to introduce all of you to a very good friend of mine, Mr. David Ackerbowie. Dave, thanks for joining us today.
It's my pleasure, man. It's really good to see you. Me and this Kibby guy, we go way back to almost single digits for me. So I'm happy to be here.
Give me something that you'll never forget about your classroom experience.
I've been thinking about this, and I got a couple good ones. They're short, but so when I was a sixth grade teacher, I had this kid and or this student, excuse me. We'll call him John, but actually, you know what? Let's call him Jose because he's Latino. It's not his name. And this kid was just so hyper, and nobody knew what to do with him. And he was in my class, and we got to know each other. And again, you can't make this stuff up, right? Just randomly, one day, like in one of our transitions, like I'm like figuring something out. He gets out of his seat. He comes up to me. He's like, "Mr. A?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" He's like, "Do you have butt sweat?" And I was like, "What?"
Currently?
He goes, "Butt sweat. Do you have butt sweat?" And I was like, I don't, and he was like, "'Cause I have butt sweat right now." And I was like,
Thanks for sharing.
"Okay, why don't you go back and maybe do some work?" It lives rent free in my head. "Mr. A, do you have butt sweat?"
You will never forget that kid, right? It's safe to say you'll never forget that kid.
No, not at all. I'm sorry. Okay, and then another one. Again, it's kind of a short one. Like, I guess this was 2 years ago. And, high school now, biology, these are 14, 15-year-olds. And I can't remember exactly what led to this. But I was like, if you do this and you do that, then you know what? The rest is gravy. And people were kind of like, I don't know if what? I was like, gravy. And they're like, you never heard that saying? And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay. So I had to explain it. I'm like, right. So, like, if you got some mashed potatoes or, like some chicken fried steak or something, what makes it better? And they're like, oh, gravy. And I'm like, yeah, but how easy is it to just pour it on top? And they're like, okay. So I'm like, yeah. So if you do this and that, and then everything else is really easy, it's gravy. One of my students, she's my teacher assistant this year. She goes, wow, Mr. A, I'm pretty sure that's the whitest thing I've ever heard.
Oh, so for those of you that don't know, he mentioned Evansville, Indiana a while ago. That's where we're from. Indiana is as tall as Nebraska is wide. People don't think of people from Indiana either being north or south or northerners or southerners. But if you live in the Indianapolis area or above, you think you're northerner and you're not. And if you live south of Indianapolis, you think you're a southerner. And trust me, you're not. Even though Evansville, Indiana is lower across the Mason-Dixon line than Louisville and Lexington, Kentucky. So we're kind of hillbillies, but we also went to an urban school, so we're kind of dirty South hillbillies. So I can see you using a gravy reference and that not going over in California.
No, yeah, like I mean, my students are all like. This will give you an idea. The school I work at has about 2,000 students, and less than 5% are classified as white. So we have African Americans, mostly Latinos. We got Islanders, Filipinos, Vietnamese, China, like you name it. It's just not quote unquote white. So this girl was of Asian descent, and I'll never. She doesn't even remember saying it. That's what kind of feeds me. Because I'm like, you don't remember saying that? She's like, Mr. A, I don't. But it's just like, Mr. A, that's the whitest thing I've ever heard.
So I'm not gonna try to.
Racist in any way. Like that's the point of this. It's just funny.
Absolutely. So because of our history together and our both of our history with marching band, I've got a couple of quick little stories that I would also like. I don't think we've ever talked about this before, but
I'm very intrigued.
In a former life, I was an assistant marching band director. I did the visual stuff, and a mutual buddy of both of ours was the musical guy. And we just so happened to come across a young lady, a teenager, obviously, that was a snare drum player, but she was completely 100% deaf. So I see that. That is a common reaction that I get when I start telling this story, because if you can't hear, then you get where that's going. She was very, very unique in the fact that she also couldn't read music. Now put those two things together. So what she was really good at was emulating other people's patterns on a snare drum. She could watch somebody play something and then look at the music and then hash that out in her head how to do that. So obviously she had an interpreter, and the interpreter was a really nice lady, and we really got along a lot. I was very playful, and she appreciated that. So one day this young lady, actually her interpreter was otherwise occupied during practice. So the band director and I had some rudimentary ways to communicate with her. I learned that this meant good, and I learned that this means very. So this young lady had a particular riff that was really, really challenging for her, and it was really frustrating her. And this day that the interpreter happened to be gone, she worked on it, and finally got it. And when she got it, you could see her eyes light up like, I got it. And we all figured that out, that she got it at the same time. And I got so excited that I told her she did very good. You very good. And she looked at me like this. And I was like, that is not the response I was looking for, right? It happened to be right about the end of practice. So everybody puts their stuff away and off she goes. 2 days later, we have practice again, and her interpreter comes back. And before we get practice started, I said, hey, I want to run something by you real quick, because I think I was doing the right thing, or I was trying to do the right thing, but it didn't go the way I wanted it to. She said, what happened? We go through the whole scenario, and I said, when she got done, she got it, and we were so proud of her. And I said, she did very good. And the interpreter gave me one of these. And I'm like, oh, what did I say? I said, this is good, and this is very. She said, yep, but you went like that, and that means to copulate. So you either told her she did very effing good or that she is good at so your best laid plans don't always go the way that you plan. Another same chick, same year. I'm on the podium. I'm screaming at 120 kids from the podium. They're all on a blacktop surface that they're marching on. And I'm watching as I'm giving instructions that the interpreter is just off to my right on the ground, and I can see her doing her thing, right? And some of the things that she's doing fascinate me. Like one time I was giving them instructions. I say, you want to mark time 4, you want to forward march 4, you want to backward march 4. Make sure that you're rolling through on the balls of your feet. You want to hit on your heel, you want to roll through on the balls of your feet. And I watched the interpreter go like this. And I went, what was that? She said, what was what? I said, you just went like that. She goes, I don't know if you realize this or not, but you say balls a lot. Balls of your feet, balance point on the balls of your feet. She said, so every time you say balls, I'm going to go like this, right? So I was like, okay. So I let it go, a little marinate for a little while. Then I was like, okay, so I want you to mark time 4. I want you to forward march 4. Now pay attention here. I want you to backward march 16, balls. And this lady is time 4, forward march 4, backward march, balls, right? She gives me that look like, you're so immature. You had no idea. So not only that, but later on, I'm giving them a really complicated set of routine, and I right in the middle say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and she flipped me off. I said, I don't think that's the kind of sign language we're supposed to be teaching her. Balls.
Edit that out. Balls. I actually say that sometimes in school. In school, I do the same thing. So it'll just be something, and it'll be a sentence, no matter what, and it'll be like something balls, and I'll be like, balls. What'd you say, Mr. A? I didn't say anything. Balls. What? It's so awesome working with high school kids, dude.
Imagine, fellow educators, that the two of us are educators now. This is where our brains live, and we're in charge of the education of other people's children.
Oh, good Lord.
Mr. Acrobawi, Acfro, my ninja, thank you so much for joining me today. Thanks for sharing the story with me. We're definitely going to have to do parts 2, 3 through 10, whatever it is, because I know both of us have some more of these up our sleeve.
It could just be like a regular thing. People will be like, ooh, is it Kibby and Ack? Oh, gotta listen.
It's the Kibby and Ack show. Great to see you, brother.
Love you, man. I'm happy to be a part of this. It's a pleasure. I have about, 75,000 more stories. So,
We can't wait, brother. Good to see you.
All right, man. Peace.
Step into the room, the vibe is right.